Welcome to the PRIA Research Symposium for 2019. This year we had a wonderful array of papers that covered various topics that reflect trust, transparency, and relevance. So please go ahead and watch the video. You will be surprised and delighted by the value of the stimulating research that we do here in Australia. Thank you.
Our study is about social media use in government disaster risk communication. Our finding says that social media use in the Indonesian context is unidirectional, not multidirectional. It is transmissional, not transactional. It does not encourage dialogue at this stage.
Our research is into lobbying and advocacy in public affairs in regional Victoria, and some of the key findings we're starting to see is that practitioners are finding it very difficult to fly under the radar, but that being embedded in the community is a boon.
So our research is looking at providing opportunities to nurture the academic resilience of our students by providing opportunities for them to develop their psychological resources.
And we know in our industry and in our students their mental health and wellbeing is a situation that we can no longer ignore, and for the sustainable future of our practice and for them as individuals, this is our research interest that we're looking into.
So my research is about candidates' use of social media in political elections, and my main finding was that social media use by candidates does enhance the public sphere and enhance democratic engagement.
My research looks at multiculturalism and PR practice in the Victorian government sector, and I guess one of the key findings I've made is around practitioners' understanding and knowledge of multiculturalism, where they gain that understanding and what they see as some of the issues, challenges and potential solutions around increasing capacity in multicultural communications practice.
So I have investigated public relations education in Australia and how it's been taught, and I interviewed 51 public relations educators around the country, and one of my key findings is that public relations educators are drawing on their own often dated industry experience to decide what they will teach week to week to degree students. I think there are real problems with that. We're giving up academia, we're giving up theory-embedded, enlightening, empowering, exciting pursuit of knowledge in place of vocational training.
So our research questions whether or not we can trust declarations by local government authorities about a climate emergency.
So far we've basically found that some local governments seem to be doing it more of a branding exercise than actually having a concrete plan for climate action. We need to kind of look much further down the track and see where do they take this declaration of climate emergency and what do they do with it long term.
And how are they strategically positioning themselves in their key messaging?
So my research is looking at whether repairing trust and reducing distrust is the same or different approach. And really what I found is that it's time for us to really start looking at distrust as a separate and distinct construct. And that's really going to help us help our organisations that we work with to reduce distrust and repair trust.
In our study, we looked at the digital mediator that serves as the third party to connect journalists and PR practitioners together. With this new technology that they use to matchmake journalists and PR practitioners, some people are worried about the loss of human agency. In our study, we found that the basic human trust is still needed, and with that, there must be some consideration about the professionalism, ethical considerations of using the third-party mediator.
My research is examining the context of journalism and how organisational trustworthiness is propagated in a journalism environment during an organisational crisis. One of the key findings is that organisations are able to signal key messages and propagate those through syndication or journalism, where content is essentially churned through syndicated news media outlets.
So that was a quick snapshot from the 2019 PRIA Research Symposium. We wanted to highlight some of the research being undertaken at Australian universities and the relevance of that research to communication and PR practice. To engage with anything you've heard in this video, please reach out to the individual researchers or join us in the regular ACPRESS webinars hosted by the Education Community Committee of the PRIA. See the website for more information.